All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this month's installment of the Virtual Blind Flight Night. I'm glad Kevin was able to join us during the intro. Still a little setup in process. We'll make sure you're the last person to give notes on the first go through. Tonight we have a Shelf versus Cask matchup. We have we have samples from three different distilleries at both a low proof and a high proof. In addition to ranking them, we're also going to kind of do a little bit of a side game here where we guess the proofs that we have tasted and also try to match the pairs of where they came from. Not necessarily naming the distillery, but pairing up, say, sample one and sample two are from the same distillery. I suppose without any further ado here, we might as well go ahead and get into our first sample, put together some notes, and come back and talk about them a bit. Everyone, welcome back there. I definitely got a good nosing and tasting session in there. I will go ahead and start with Dan here. If you wouldn't mind giving us a bit of your impressions.
Yeah, still kind of warming up, but the nose is very earthy. I think like I almost got a little bit of pine, but the palate is very, very earthy, grassy, almost like it tastes like what I think hay smells like. Um, and yeah, it's just a little bit spicy on the finish. I'm still kind of digesting this one. I was trying to go over this over and over again, so that's what I got.
Well, hopefully you saved a bit so you can revisit it later and see how it stands up to the rest.
Oh, I got plenty.
Spectacular. I mean, I guess for the first round here, let's just go straight down the line. Jackie, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. On the nose, I originally thought like floral, but then when Dan said earthy, that seems like a better note. And then also maybe some chocolate. I don't know. And then on for taste was like maybe some oak, caramel, and maybe some honey.
Okay. Josh.
The nose, I got a little bit of caramel, maybe a little bit of cherry. I wrote down oak on the palate, but I don't. There's like a bitter oak and maybe a little bit of tobacco on the finish.
All right.
Not sure what bitter oak is, but that's what it seems like.
All right. Rather than start with Kevin over there, it looks like he's finally getting around to the tasting. We'll go ahead and move to Mike next.
So on the nose, initially, I got some cherry notes, and then I would say some on the palate, some burnt sugars, some earthiness to it. I didn't really get much heat off of it or anything like that. Just a little bit of a finish in the back of your throat. So pretty straightforward, I think. I would say this is not a cask strength.
All right, Scott.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressionable, so I agree with a lot of what everyone's saying. I did get a lot of sweetness up front, maybe like a cherry, like no heat, not a real strong finish, but I do get a little something sitting on the back, maybe some of that chocolate, like I thought I heard. I don't disagree with that. Again, real low proof low proof to me, in my opinion. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have to make sure we revisit you for the beginning notes at some point, so you're not subject to the power of suggestion.
I'm just bad at notes.
Hey, if the answer is it tastes like whiskey, the answer is it tastes like whiskey.
It's correct.
Jason, your thoughts?
Oh, man, you're definitely going to have to visit me last, because I'm so new at this that I haven't even learned how to pick up all of these fancy notes that everybody's talking about. So for me, yeah, it tastes like whiskey. But I agree with some of the notes that others have mentioned, like the earthiness. I feel like what I have been calling like a weediness, having not really learned it yet. I guess earthiness would be a better note for that on the palate. Nose, I thought it smelled great.
Hey, I think this is got to be in between the 30th and 40th blind I've participated in, and it's amazing how over time, with the trying to describe what you're tasting, how far your tasting notes can come.
That's kind of why I'm here. I'm looking to expand my horizons.
Aren't we all?
So mine used to always just be, I like it, I don't like it. It's hot, it's not hot.
It's a good place to start.
Hey, Kevin, your thoughts?
I agree with Dan. I pretty much everything he said. I'm getting like, I don't know if the word like pine nuts is what I'm tasting, but yeah, it's definitely like an earthy lemongrassy. No, I mean not lemongrassy, more of that pine nut. Like, so far I didn't care for this one. I don't think it's the high proof either.
I guess that
This is
leaves
my
just
first
me.
pour of the day. First pour in like a week and a half, actually.
All right. So my aroma note: pencil shavings, graphite, soft leather, a little bit of fruit. Flavor: mellow cinnamon with a light corn, kind of a musty hay, and it had a mild but long finish. And I definitely agree, this is on the low proof side. Overall, everyone, between a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and anywhere in between you might find yourself, where would you put this? All right, we've got a good mixed bag with everyone on board. Well, let's go ahead and take some time here with sample number 2 and come back with some notes.
Hey, so far it's in last place.
And it's in first place.
Yes, that is true.
Welcome back. Let's see. Let's run this backwards this time. Kevin, go ahead and give us your initial
course.
impressions.
So the first sip I took, I was like, "Oh, this is really good." I got like banana nut bread, and then my second sip, I didn't care for it at all. It kind of, I don't even know what it. I got some of the similar notes I did off the other one. I went and had to go find a good pour.
Oh, I know that pour. It's a very good one. Jason,
I didn't care for that one.
Okay, so for me, on the nose, it was like underwhelming. I guess I wasn't really getting much off of it.
Yeah, I didn't smell anything.
And on the palate, I can't hard to speak to notes, but it felt like it was ramping up to do something and then fell flat. So whatever that means to you.
that means it fell flat. I actually have on my word, it fell flat.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't think you're alone there. Let's go ahead and see how Scott's fallen prey to the powers of suggestion so far.
I got malt, and which changed into chocolate for me. I definitely got. Once you said banana, I agree. I got a little banana there. No heat. The finish isn't as. Not that the first one was all that great, but this one doesn't last at all. It just dies immediately. And for me, again, way low proofer on this one. Probably lower proof than the first. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, this one was not falling flat is a very good description because it didn't do much. On the palate, I just got maybe some chocolate notes, nothing crazy. Not much in the nose. Scott said malt, and I can see that some kind of cereal notes is what I guess is I got off the nose, but it wasn't anything too crazy.
I think Kevin agrees with you. Josh.
In the nose, it was pretty flat for me. A little like a lot of corn.
Corn?
Yeah, and then the on the palate, I'm trying to think of the Listerine. It's the Listerine that's not the mint. I can't remember what it is. It's
The yellow one?
Yeah,
the original?
Yep, that's what I got.
So medicine.
Yeah.
Well, Josh stole my corn nose note, and he laughed at me when I originally said that. So I'm surprised that's what he wrote down.
I went back to it.
But at first, like, it reminded me of, like, it's oddly specific, and it's weird that Jason's wearing this shirt because it smelled like as soon as you walk into Middle West, like you can smell the mash or whatever. Like that's the smell I got originally, and then after I tasted it and came back to it, I got nothing. And then for the palate, I was getting like pecans, maybe like pecan pie. I don't know. And then it kind of, like everybody else has said, fell flat.
Dan, your notes, sir.
I think I wrote corn in the nose and the palate area at least 10 times. Because the nose, from what I could get, I wrote sweet cream corn, grainy, corn, and then I put cornbread. And then on the palate, I got grain, sweet corn, cornbread. So
how many different ways can you use corn?
Yeah, basically that's what this was. Corn water is what it was. But I agree with your palate. I mean, with the finish, it just drops right off. It just you taste it, and what little you get, it's just gone.
Dan, you always have weird water notes.
I know.
It's a thing.
I just associate all of my things just with experiences rather than flavors. It's just experiences. So like that hot tub water always comes back. Or like
everyone's got the way they connect their things together, and if it works for you, it works for you.
But remember though, Jackie, when I say it and you smell it, you get it every time. So
yes, it's true.
Regardless of how corny it is.
Exactly.
All right. So my samples have been sitting open in the really narrow nose big vessels that I tend to use, and I got fruit cocktail on the nose, like cherry, pears, peaches, unnecessarily sweet syrup. And then I tasted it, and it kind of tasted a little malty, and then it was just flat, and then it was a little bit sweet. It was smooth.
I just sniffed it.
Done before it started.
I just sniffed it again, and it smells like if you chop up bananas and cream of wheat.
Okay.
with corn.
So, on that bombshell of an interaction, where's everyone placing this on the thumbs-o-meter? Yeah, well, Kevin ran away, but
I'm going to go ahead and do Kevin's for him too. There you go.
Kevin, is Dan speaking for it? Yes. Okay.
Kevin just got sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
was it this
so
sample's
far,
fault?
I am 2 for 2 on what Dan is laying down.
Freaking.
Oh, by the way,
Hey.
Amber says hi.
Amber.
Hey.
All right. Well, I mean, so far we're through 2. We can move on to number 3 here and see how everyone feels about it. Welcome back.
Kevin, did you change?
Me? I haven't had a wardrobe change.
Kevin.
Wardrobe
Oh.
change.
All right then. It's very brightly colored over there.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess I can start this one off here since I've avoided that so far. On the nose, I got a slightly meaty and toasted aroma with a good wood note. My initial flavors were slightly bitter, and it reminded me a lot of like the chocolate malt you'd use in a stout. And then the finish had kind of a resinous fattiness that was kind of pleasant, like you ate a piece of bacon or smoked meats, and it kind of just sticks on your tongue. At least that's my take on it here. And I'm seeing some yeses, some nos, and some confuses. So let's see if I went ahead and influenced Scott's thought process with your notes, sir.
I had again a little bit of that malt. I don't know why that's in my head today, but a little bit of the chocolate. I also got some honey, and yeah, oily, viscous. It definitely sticks around. I like this one better of the three for sure. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, the mouth
Mike?
the mouthfeel on this one's a lot better. I would agree with what you said, Will. It kind of just coats your mouth better and sticks with you a little bit. Almost like when you get a little bit of fat from a smoked meat that just kind of coats your tongue or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the description I was trying to make, and it didn't come out quite as I wanted.
Like not in a bad way, but just it's that. Yeah,
it sits there.
It sits there.
Yeah.
On the nose, I just got more. I got some kind of fruitiness and oakiness.
Yeah.
But I like this one probably the best out of the three so far.
Excellent. Let's get Kevin in.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, this one I can't stand. I thought this was the worst one. None of these are my flavor profile so far. Very light on the nose. I don't even know what I'm tasting. I got when you said that bacon, the bacon, that fatty, whatever it is just clinging to my mouth, and I want to get rid of it. It's just hanging there, and I was like, I need a water. Yeah, I got a water, but this is my least favorite so far. I'm waiting for a fruity one. What's going on? Ooh,
yeah. Jason, your notes.
I will say on the nose, it was very approachable. And on the palate, I wrote down bright for whatever reason. It just came across as that's the word that popped up when
it's how it grabbed you.
Yeah. So I figured that this is a low proof, and I would agree that I think this is the best of the three so far.
All right then. Dan, let's get your notes.
All right. I agree with a lot, and I think this is where Kevin and I take he goes that way, I go this way, because I really like this one. I think this is traditional bourbon across the board. I got for nosing, I wrote oaky, spicy, vanilla, caramel. The palate, when I first tasted it, it tasted just like simple syrup at first, and then it kind of enveloped into vanilla notes, brown sugar. The finish wasn't the best. I mean, it was there. It was oily, but it didn't really wow me. And kind of had like a honey kind of after you just dump honey in your mouth and kind of just let it sit there. That's kind of how it finished. But I was gonna say this might be the highest proof of the three, but still low, I think.
All right then. Let's get Josh first.
Got a lot of sweet vanilla on the nose. A lot of the mouth coating was definitely a lot better than the last two. A lot of butter on the palate for me.
All right. And Jackie.
I'm with Kevin. I did not like this one. I couldn't really get much on the nose. And then on the palate, it was like a lot of pepper, I feel like. Maybe a touch of sweetness. But yeah, I didn't like this one.
Okay. Well, we can take just a brief moment here and let our palates relax here to just kind of go through upcoming items. Obviously, we currently have open the bottle raffle for April. It's got a few good things in it. It is going to raise funds that allow us to do a dinner on the house with the local Ronald McDonald House. If we manage to raise super well, we might be able to do 2 different meals. I've got a few of the members. I believe Jackie and Josh, you guys were, or at least one of you was interested in volunteering, but
I volunteered us, Josh.
That's fine. I've had so many people reach out that want to participate, and anytime we do it, we can only have 6 people that come into the house to put it together. But it's definitely a worthwhile activity. And then for the executive and full members, Jeff did send out the ballot as well as a reminder. We do have our Sunday get together on the 4th. It's going to be a barbecue potluck, and we'll officially formalize the new board members for 2025.
Hey, Will, when is that volunteer event that you're looking for volunteers again?
We haven't set a date yet.
Okay, gotcha.
No, it basically first phase, raise funds, and then once we've raised the funds, we'll figure out how many meals we can do with them. And if we end up with 2 different teams, awesome. That means we get to do twice as much good. Oh wow, that's very colorful. Very colorful. Oh, that's brown. Oh, all right. Well, since everyone's becoming restless for the whiskey, let's move on to sample 4. I'll see you all in 2 minutes. All right, welcome back. We'll go ahead and get this one started with Josh.
It's really bright on the nose, and then it was really fruity all around for me. I liked it. Probably my favorite so far.
All right then, Jackie.
I was kind of not necessarily opposite, but I got more like the sweet, like baked good type. So like I got like Werther's, brown sugar, and sweetness, and definitely a lingering finish. I also like this one.
Dan.
Oh, I'm unmuted. Okay, good.
Yes, you are.
I was to say on the nose, again, agree. Very fruity. I also wrote bright. It is a very bright nose. I also got a lot of char, like you'd get off of. It's not toasted, but almost the char level that you get off of like a toasted bourbon or a toasted rye, just a toasted whiskey.
So it has a significant char on the barrel.
Yes. A lot of oak on the palate. It's bitter, but in a good way. And then again, it has that kind of really like caramely burnt sugar sweetness. Finish goes on forever. And I have to pace myself because I'll finish this right now and not have it when I have to go back through because I always make that mistake. So
make sure you save it for the side-by-sides.
I'm learning from past mistakes and putting it down. But that's definitely, this is number one.
I got on the nose first with Bananas Foster, the dessert, the flambéed dessert. Fruity, toasted, caramelized. I think everyone so far has hit on most of those. I definitely agree on the freshly charred barrel. type of a thing. No, it's not toasted. It's definitely a little bit of charred, but not charcoal. The flavor I noted as tangy and holy cloves. And I found the finish to be long and medicinal, but not necessarily in a bad way, but I also didn't love it. Kevin.
Okay. I
All
actually
right.
like this one. I agree with I'm back on the Dan page again. I get a little creme brulee, but not as sweet as creme brulee. Like it almost goes there. I'm missing the vanilla, I think, of the creme brulee, but it's very good. But yeah, I agree with what everybody else has been saying, other than it is a high proof and it hits at the center of my tongue and it like kind of blooms out, and it's very drying, like even drying on my lips.
Yeah.
Like I almost need chapstick after I drink this one. I like this one. This one's in so far number one. So
All right then. Jason, sir.
When I first nosed it, the first thing that came to mind was almost like smoky. So hearing everybody else say like, oh, about like a char or something like that, that was like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe that's what I was smelling then, because it kind of came across as like a smoky sweet, or somebody else said baked goods too. So, and I would agree with that. On the palate, this was phenomenal.
I do too.
It was like a little flavor bomb went off. I don't know what all it was, but it was delicious.
Hey, stay tuned for details. Scott.
Yeah, I mean, everyone said it all. Brown sugars, vanilla, or caramel. I did get vanilla, very sweet on the nose, really long finish, and then yeah, the drying, absolutely. Every time I take a sip, I'm just sitting here like, it's just, chapstick, great idea, love it.
It makes you want more.
It's easily my favorite.
Yeah,
but I'm a proof whore, so
yeah. I'm not gonna say anything groundbreaking. Fruity, the char on the nose with caramels, vanillas. I think I'm getting the dryness of the tobacco. That's kind of what I would say. And it long finished. This is my favorite. So.
All right then. We totally forgot to do this on the last one, but for this one, where are we at thumbs? All right. Well, apparently I'm not the only one I'm the only one that's not reportedly a thumbs up. I'm almost a thumbs up.
hey, did you guys see the color of this next one? I think mellow corn's darker.
Hey, you never know. It could be on a low toast barrel. Well, let's go ahead and get a taste on it and figure out where it tastes. All right. Well, Kevin, with your notice there on the light color here, do you want to give us some taste impressions?
I don't know what I'm pulling
Nice
out
shirt,
of this.
Kevin.
Thank you.
Oh, a wardrobe change every scene. Wonderful.
Cheers. Hey, I haven't drank in like a week and a half, so I'm feeling pretty good. I got oak on the nose, and then my tasting notes was like a honey nut Cheerio. And something else, but I actually kind of really like this one. This one's surprisingly good for the color. I was kind of shocked that this is probably number 2 on the first go round for me.
Hey, a little extra time at a little less char, it'll still give you the taste. It won't give you the color.
Yeah, honey nut Cheerios is my taste notes. So
sweet. Mike, let's bring you in.
So on the nose, I'm not getting much on the nose, honestly. On the palate, I'm getting some graininess. So I guess the honey nut Cheerios, like Kevin said, I could get that, like some kind of cereal. And it's for the color, it's a longer finish than I was expecting. So it's just kind of hanging there. The hard thing with me is after the last one. Yeah. I'm having a hard time resetting after that last one. So,
all right. Well, hopefully you'll get a chance to taste it next to something else at some point when you're trying to pair it out. Scott, your notes, sir.
Yeah, I've got nothing earth-shattering to add. You said Honey Nut Cheerios, and to me that was a really good note because I didn't get a lot, but when I eat Honey Nut Cheerios, it's not like an overpowering flavor, but that's kind of what it was. I got grainy. And yeah, I also struggled after the last pour to kind of clear my palate and get ready for this one. So yeah, this one's interesting. The finish is kind of nice. I do like the finish. It's not quite as good as the last one, but it's better than the first 3 in my opinion. So I don't dislike it. I need to give myself a little more time with it, I think.
Awesome. Jason, any new remarks to add or thoughts or agreements?
Yeah, the nose of it, just kind of neutral there, and I didn't really care for it. I wrote funky. It tasted come across kind of funky.
All right then.
But I don't like Honey Nut Cheerios, so maybe that's why.
Does it taste too much like B vitamins?
I don't eat those either, so I wouldn't know.
Dan, your notes, sir.
I pretty much just wrote kettle corn whiskey. The nose, I did get a lot of ethanol, and then there wasn't a lot there, especially coming off of 4. But it smelled like kettle corn and burnt sugar, and then it tasted like kettle corn and burnt sugar. And it was oily and kind of had like a medium finish. It was definitely not as good as 4, but better than the first 3. But it was very simple. Again, like every time I go to it, even after all your notes, I still get kettle corn. Like that's all I smell from it.
Jackie.
I really like this one. At first, so on the nose, I couldn't quite figure it out. At first, I thought like florally, but then when I tasted it, I got like honey, oak, maybe some pepper and vanilla. And then once Kevin said the Honey Nut Cheerio, I feel like that kind of put it all together. And then also like when I went back and nosed it, that's what I get. Yeah.
Josh.
Got a lot of vanilla in the nose. On the palate, I got a lot of oak, maybe some bitter chocolate. That's it.
So my first tasting note was clover honey, and then it was toasted oats, and then it was sawdust on the nose. Flavor profile, it's like if you made yourself an apple pie, but the crust was the star of the pie, and you had a slight fruity and spicy note to go along with it. The finish, it wasn't really strong, but it was long, and it was kind of sweet. I'm not upset by it. I also am not super excited by it, which sometimes just being okay with it is good. Everyone, where are we at on this for you? All right, we've got a good contentious mix. I like it. All right, and for the last sample before we get to the side-by-sides and figuring out where our rankings and proof ratings and pairings lie out, it's a really busy night tonight. Let's go ahead and give a couple minutes with sample number 6, and I'll see you guys back. All right, welcome back. Let's see. Jason, I know you're new. Let's put you on the spot. Round 6. What do you think?
I thought it was good. I didn't really get much on the nose, but on the palate, it struck me as a high proof, and just brought a bunch of flavor. Don't know what that is again, but a bunch of it. Overall, I liked it. I would say it's probably my number 2.
All right. So it was a tasty pour, and that's all we really need to know.
Well, I want to go second.
All right. Dear Bourbon, I love you.
Nice shirt.
Yep.
Now,
Right.
you need to add below that heart Kevin.
Oh, hang on. Heart Kevin. All right, this moved up to number 1. I really liked it. Took a sip. Sorry, I haven't drank in like a while, so this is really hitting me. But to me, it was like really good. I liked it. Got a peppery taste to it. And then Amber took a sip, and she's like, "What is going on with that? That is like spicy, like I did jalapenos or whatever." And I'm like, "Yes, it is spicy like that. That is so good." I'm getting those notes, that spicy, peppery. This moved into number 1. I think this is the most complex one we've done. I didn't get anything on the nose, but I do get I do get that peppery, spicy finish. So
I'm going to follow you up here because you totally went the direction that I went on the nose. There's not a lot there, but then you taste it. And I described it as like a vegetative pepper funk blended with a sweet cherry, spices, and peppercorns that go on for days. I really like this one. It was very nice for me. Dan, your notes?
This one was confusing. Originally, I put it behind.
Complex.
It was, yeah. It was, I don't think I liked it as much as 4, so I'm not there with it being my favorite. But I put it originally behind sample 5, and then I kind of I just tasted it again, and I think it is growing on me. But I put sweet floral for the nose because I couldn't find a lot there. But it's very earthy, funky, fruity. When you said vegetal, as soon as you said it and I smelled it, I got zucchini. And zucchini kind of has that sweetness to it.
I put it to like pepper skins.
Yeah,
was my thought.
I was to say you said vegetal and like I smelled zucchini, but I'll have to go back to it to see. But the finish was long, and I mean I can feel it. I mean it was the only one that really gave me truly a Kentucky hug. I have no idea what proof this is. It's either really, really hot or it's faking hot, but still hot.
It's a thing.
It is.
Excellent. Let's bring Jackie in.
I'm the opposite. I did not like this one at all. I didn't really get much on the nose. Don't know what I was tasting. And this is the one that I feel was really drying. Like when you guys were talking about needing chapstick, that's what I'm getting on this one. So I don't know if I mixed them up. I don't know, but I didn't like this one. Josh? Well, you're
it was really doughy. I got a lot of like medicine taste to it. I didn't like it at all.
Okay, Mike.
I got a little bit of fruit on the nose, but then I would agree with everybody that said spicy, peppercorn. I almost got, you know how when you get like a fresh jalapeno and like a jalapeno margarita, that heat from that's what I'm getting. And I like it.
That 100% exactly the note that I was trying to get, but I didn't have the words for it.
That's kind of the best way I can equate it to. And a long finish. I'm kind of where Dan is. I think this is probably number 2 for me right now.
All right, and then Scott, let's wrap up with you.
Yeah, the nose for me, not real light nose. I don't get much of anything on the nose. Nose is not great for me, but once I get into it, I get the sweetness. I get some grain. That vegetal, something crispy there, like celery or something. I don't know. But the finish is nice. I think the finish is nice and long. I think I agree. This one's probably my second favorite after 4 right now.
All right. No, I love that you said celery because I was having a conversation with Jason Miller when we had our impromptu Whiskey Wednesday, and I described something as celeriac, and he actually knew what that was. I'm like, oh yeah, it's the really
ugly, that a word?
Celeriac? Only
celeriac is like the ugly root ball that is what celery grows from. Celery root.
Out of anybody you were talking to, of course Jason would know that. So
yeah, of course. Well, so we've had a chance to taste through all of them here. Go ahead and spend a few minutes here tasting. Leave your mics open. Let's have some good discourse and comments once you've got everything set up. As far as what you want to participate in, whether you're guessing proofs, whether you're guessing pairs, and obviously I want to know how everyone feels they sit out, and then we'll find out what everyone's been tasting and where the proofs are at.
I'm going to do all that, but I'll be right back in like 1 minute.
I see. Do we need a 2-minute away for everyone?
PP break.
Yep.
All right then. Let's
At least
do
for
that.
me. No. No, you
I suppose I didn't need to hit the button for that, but I also needed to take a break. And Dan, thank you for the excuse.
You're welcome. I'm always here for excuses. So
Hey, was that your dog barking?
my dog? No, they didn't bark.
I feel like I heard a dog bark at some point.
I was gonna say I have two of them.
Yeah, I heard a dog bark too.
Ooh.
No, that
Oh
revisiting.
no! I heard Glass doing things that Glass shouldn't do.
I knocked my water over because I was trying to show my dog, and I think I lost sample 2.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh,
It's okay. That was my last favorite anyway. So
Yeah.
I was
worry
just
about
did
it.
you want to revisit it?
watery.
no, I need to.
All right. So I know what you did here. 4, 5, 6 are the high proofs. 1, 2, 3 are not so much. Not so much.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I was trying not to make it so your palate would be fatigued by the high proofs, and then you run into brown water.
Yep. Because I'm like, I love 4, 5, and 6, and not that order. But then I went back and I'm like, ooh, yep.
Hey, I called it courtesy.
Based on like how I matched them up for the distilleries, that makes sense. But I felt like 5 wasn't high proof. But
Maybe that just means they're doing a good job.
5 was tricky.
Maybe you just drink too much, Jackie.
Oh,
rude.
No, because I kind of feel the same way. Like 5, although I ranked it a high proof, I did put it at the lower end, like maybe around a 110 or something. Like not up there as high as the others.
Oh,
Is there anyone that doesn't have anything as far as obviously having their rankings done, but any of the other accessory items they want to participate in set up?
see, I have my proofs. I have to circle which ones I think they are because I think I wrote several for each of them,
oh.
and then I'm pretty sure I have my pairs, but I'm gonna go back through.
All right.
I just had to clean up whiskey.
Mhm. This is number 1. No, I didn't play the secondary game.
I think
No,
I have
that's fine. I just figured I'd go ahead and toss it in as an option for those.
No, I was running late. I didn't. Normally, this takes a half hour longer, so I'm glad I have guests over. So,
Oh yeah. I tried to make sure we went through as swiftly as possible here. Revisiting number 4 on the nose, I get a lot more like
okay.
buttery maple syrup notes that I didn't get the first time around.
Yeah. And then number 3 is not the worst one anymore.
Hey, that's why it's important to taste through it several times with different pairings, because maybe you just weren't ready for it yet. All right. Who wants to give me their rankings first?
Are we doing it like via message or just saying it out loud?
Yeah, we'll just go straight out loud.
1, 2.
Well, you know what?
3. That one. I gotta taste this.
Come back to me because I might change one and a couple of them.
All right.
I can
Yeah, that's last.
All right, Jackie.
And you want best to last?
Yes, and give me a generous pause in between.
Number 5,
Oh, I don't like that one.
number
Oh,
4,
no, very citrusy.
number 1, number 2, number 3, and then number 6.
All right. Josh, are you ready?
Yep.
All right.
4, 5, 3, 1, 6, 2.
That's fine.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go.
You got 5.
All right.
So I am. Which way did I write this? Sample 5, 6, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. I wrote that. I said that wrong. Sample 5, 6, 4, 3, 1, 2.
All right. Who's next?
I'm gonna mute myself.
I would say I can go.
All right.
4,
Right?
Here's mine.
6,
Again.
4, 6, 3, 5.
3, 5,
Yeah.
1, 2.
4, 6, 3, 5, 1. Hey,
I might be making.
that's a great order.
I need
If
to
you
get
said 4, 6, 3, 5, 1, 2.
Yep.
Same
Is that
here.
yours?
Same here for Scott.
So, Mike,
All right,
you need to
hold
bring
on.
Scott the next time we're all at the whiskey thing so I can meet him in person.
Mine,
Let
mine,
me
We obviously
copy
agree.
and paste that.
You're a
there.
gentleman and a
Too.
scholar, Daniel.
Yeah.
Well, since we've got Scott's rankings, Mike,
mine's 4, 6, 3, 5, 2, 1.
hold on. 4, 6,
Generous pause in between,
No,
Mike.
No, I
5,
around.
2, 1.
You got it? Okay.
And Jason.
And this is best to worst, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I am 4, 6,
Honestly, I don't like either of these.
1,
Always good to rank them.
5, 3, and then 2.
All right.
What's the right answer?
And then I was 6, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Interesting.
All right. Proofs and pairs. So who's playing the proof game tonight?
I don't know.
I'm going.
I'll give it a shot.
All right. Let's go ahead and if you guys wouldn't mind shooting me a message in either Discord or whatever messaging system you're looking for. That way I can go ahead and tabulate that up here.
Isn't a group thing okay, or do you want a private message?
Let's do a private message.
Okay.
Obviously, you can send yours and Josh's in the same message because
Oh,
if you're willing to cheat, I mean, you would have already done that.
there were complete opposites here.
I need one.
Um,
That would be
I
fun.
don't have someone.
Yeah, one of the proofers.
How much does it cost?
This
There are.
is for proof, right?
Correct.
Do you want us to then just also, if we know the pairs, to send it to you in the same message?
Yeah, go ahead and throw it in the same message. I'll go ahead and combine it together. We'll do the reveal, and then I'll figure out where we're at.
Oh, God. This is the one I don't know. Or, well, I don't have a guess. All right. Well, there's a guess.
Hey, Will, you want us to message you on Discord privately then?
You can do Discord, you can do Facebook, you can text me.
Okay.
Whatever way you can get in contact with me, you're
right.
welcome to send it that way.
Gotcha.
Carry.
Is there a bonus one if we guess distillery?
No.
Okay. Can you tell us distillery?
When I reveal, you'll know the distilleries.
No. But I want to know now, Will.
No.
That would be cheating.
Well, it's not necessarily cheating, but
I mean, as long as everyone knew, we'd all be on a level playing field, but still.
Hey, Will, I have my guesses, but I'm not gonna message them to you.
Okay.
Is that all right? Because
Oh, yeah. If you want to casually play the game, you're good to play it casually.
Yeah. I was just thinking, I'm on my phone for the stream, and like I'm not super familiar with the Discord and how to do all the messaging and all that stuff. So,
All right. I got Dan.
Okay, I almost accidentally had a typo and for one of Josh's. Almost put 199 proof.
no, Jack.
I mean,
I would just
that
say
was
number
a moment
4
where
was
I had
199.
to determine whether or not I drank too many beverages. I was down at Adventure last Thursday, and they were distilling as a rum style spirit they had made out of maple sap that they had fermented, and then they were distilling it. And I got the finished product from the experimental batch that was about 90 proof. And I also got the 183 proof directly off the still. And I couldn't noticeably tell the proof difference. And I went, oh, either this is really smooth at a high proof, or I drink too many high proof things.
Like, you maybe need to back off a little bit.
There was a moment where I'm like, oh.
Yeah, why isn't Kevin calling you out on that? Called me out on it earlier.
Yeah, my palate is so blown out from drinking nothing but high proof shit. Like I cannot even enjoy a 90 proofer anymore.
Yep.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
I would hate to be Kevin today because I know that he was drinking our pick, which was 132 proof, amidst doing this blind.
There
And
she
I
is.
started with a 90 and a 107. So
And I went with 100.
there you go. Will, I edited one of the messages I sent you. I only changed number 4. So if you already wrote it down or something, I changed number 4 only.
There we go. I've edited it.
For number 1, I'm now getting some sort of like pine.
Yeah, it was weird. I just had that too.
I was saying I wrote pine. I kind of got it, and then I went back to it,
A lot of juice left there.
and I was like, "Oh man, I'm walking at oak openings near the pine
Yeah.
trees." So
Like, I'm starting to not like it as much.
I will say, after the spillage, there is a little bit of 2 left, but it's okay because that's
The one that you're not interested in consuming again.
That was
nobody
just
wants that.
water, anyways.
Corn water.
When I talked to Will on Wednesday, he said, all these mixed together, not a good thing.
Did you test it?
No, I didn't have any left.
The bottle and bond one was good, especially when I accidentally mixed in the 1792 sweet wheat into it. It was really good. I don't know by itself, Will, if you remember.
The ladies are getting saucy.
I don't remember Oh, what the heck is going on? There we go. I'm almost done inputting all this data that I've just collected.
You should start building out some fancy charts.
With pictures.
I'd share the number of spreadsheets that are currently on my right-hand monitor, but it would be embarrassing.
I just went to a week-long conference that was all about data and dashboards. So
Are you excited for next week, Jackie?
I'm not in too many of those meetings, but I am excited to go to Toledo Spirits and get free dinner. So
I know that Michaela asked me, she goes, a lot of the developers have talked to Andy and they want to come to the lounge. I said, well, as long as they're free members, by the time Wednesday come around, then they're able to come. I said, but I would still prefer if they bring a bottle
Yeah.
or they donate to the Maumee Valley Whiskey Society Venmo. So Will, actually, if you want to send me that so I can send that to them, so we can either get some donations or some bottle donations for these developers from Jackie and my wife's job.
Hey, I think that sounds like a great plan. All
But
right.
yeah, they're in for a conference that week, and after you guys treated her boss Andy so well, he talked it up, and everybody wants to come hang out. So,
Hey, I like meeting new people. All right. I just need to do a
I
quick
think
moment
Andy
here.
somehow plans it out though to come on Whiskey Wednesday nights.
yeah, I think this was Andy's doing.
We need to get Scott to come up to Whiskey Wednesday.
Well, if he comes up this Wednesday, I'll be there.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, now that he and I are whiskey soulmates,
Yeah,
anytime
and-
I'm here, he's got to be there.
You're like Evernorth blood brothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
If only my children didn't have 70,000 sport activities to be at, I could definitely go drink whiskey on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I should be up there Wednesday.
Dan, you should also send them the link then for
The charity raffle.
Yeah, because if they're gonna be here, then they could get the
Oh,
bottle.
that's right. Is this Wednesday the charity raffle drawing?
It is the drawing.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. So if I win the old granddad, I can drain for it. Got it.
In with everyone watching.
Yep.
That 16-year-old old granddad.
Yep.
I don't know if I want tickets. I might have to double check that.
Yeah, I got to get in there still.
But it wasn't worth 100.
All right. So, what do you all want first? Do you want the proof results? Do you want the pairing results? Do you
Pairing
want the
results.
reveal?
Let's
No,
do,
I want.
let's do distillery first.
Oh, there you go.
The 3 distilleries first,
Yeah,
and
whatever.
then go into pairings, and then proof.
But
What
wouldn't
about the winners?
distilleries give the pairing away?
Well, no, because we're only going to get 3 distilleries, so we're not going to know what the pairs are.
Got me so sold.
Correct. All right. So, the 3 distilleries
I don't think there was any Buffalo Trace.
represented in tonight's flight are Heaven Hill,
Okay.
Okay.
Jack Daniels,
Ooh, really? That's the
and
band.
Adventure Spirits.
Okay. Oh
Okay.
man.
Come on now.
Man,
I knew that when I got banana on one of them.
Tell me,
This is Jack Daniels.
Will, is number 3 an Adventure Spirits?
Yes, it is.
What is the proof I gave you on that one? Damn it. I thought that was Old Forester. That one's that's a
You
96.
gave me 86.
And I
Wait, what'd
wrote
you say?
96 on that, and I gave you 86.
Say it.
Wait, what'd you say?
I wrote that down. I just saw the message. I actually wrote 96 on that, and I typed 86.
All right. So, we now know which distilleries we're tasting.
Fair. That's not fair.
The samples were paired as follows: 2 and 4, 3 and 5,
Damn it.
1 and 6.
I got one right.
I got one.
Jackie, Dan, and Scott, you each got one right.
Woo!
I got 1 and 6, didn't I?
I didn't see yours.
I
saw
texted
Scott.
yours late.
Oh. Yes, you got 1 and 6.
Woohoo!
All right, so everyone got one. No one gets an extra drawing there. Proof-wise, total deviation, Mike, you were at 53 proof points. Jackie, you were at 40.8, I'm sorry. Scott, you were at 35.8. Dan, you were at 22. And Josh, you won the proof contest at
Shocker.
17.8.
Damn.
Hey,
Can we say he's got
Will.
the
Will, if you take into account number 3 and you switch it from 86 to 96, would I have won?
Yes.
Fuck. I mean, not a swear word. I wrote that and I typed it wrong. I just saw it and I typed it wrong. I wrote it on the paper as 96. I have proof.
Yes, you would have had 16 then.
So what were the individual proofs?
I'll go ahead and we'll reveal each one in order here. In last place, sample 2 with a score of 46. It is a 80 proof Jack Daniels Gentleman Jack.
Gentleman Jack. 80 proof. Yeah, I knew that was low.
It was the lowest.
Yeah.
And apparently we're all proof queens because
That was one, right?
that
We both
was
said
sample number
90.
2.
I said 90.
Okay, so 2 was Gentleman Jack.
I don't
Correct.
ever drink anything less than
No.
There's hardly anything less than 90.
Yeah.
Sample 1 with a score of 35, so obviously lower is better, was from Heaven Hill, Elijah Craig Small Batch, 94 proof.
Oh, I had 93.
Which one was that?
Dead on, baby.
Sample 1.
Okay.
That sample
I-
2. Fuck.
I pinned that one for a 95. I know I didn't play, but I pinned that one for 95. So I feel pretty good about that.
Absolutely.
Elijah Craig's what got me in.
These other ones are
One of the things that I recommend to people.
95.
God damn, I can't drink
Get
it
that one,
anymore.
get it dead on.
Sample number 3 with 29 points is in 4th place. Sample number 3, Adventure Spirits 94 proof bourbon.
94. Okay.
I had 103.
I had 100.
So that is their general.
It was
You
94.
haven't- If you guys haven't tried that one yet,
A tie.
What batch was that?
I'd have to go find the bottle. I'll let you know at a later time.
Okay.
We do not have a 3rd place. We have a tie for 2nd place. Samples 5 and 6 with 22 points. So significantly less than our samples 1, 2, and 3.
yeah.
We'll go with sample 6 in 2nd place tied. We have Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B523
Oh.
Makes sense why I like this so much.
at 124.2 proof
I had 110.
and 11 years and 4 months of age.
What was that again?
124 what? Well,
124.2.
2. And what was the age on it?
11.4.
Okay.
Now I'm sad.
And Jason, that was the sample that we were out of, and we couldn't get a separate kit put together.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm curious what
Yeah,
it
that was a good one. I had that pinned at about a 115.
That's what I had.
And then tied with sample 6 is sample 5, also with 22 points. We have Adventure Spirits Barrel Strength Bourbon at 110.4.
Yep. Oh, I got that.
I had that at 110.
Yes,
That's
you
what
did.
had.
I thought was really low.
And what was
that I
that
really
proof?
liked.
What was that proof?
110.4.
Wow. I had 115.
Oh shoot.
And then sample number 4, rounding it out
Mm.
in the top place with only 14 points. We have Jack Daniels Single Barrel Proof
Yeah.
Bourbon at
I like that one.
128.2.
28.2. Okay. I had 120.
You said that was 122?
That 80 proof fucked me.
Yeah.
That 80 proof was a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Jack
That was
Daniels delivered in this tasting both the lowest and the highest proof samples.
That was the single barrel select barrel proof.
Those two killed me.
No, single barrel strength barrel proof bourbon.
Everything else I was
Like
pretty.
the gold label,
Yeah.
all the power.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you
I think I have them. The Ohio pick. Didn't Ohio just do a pick of those?
There.
maybe
You saved me from ever buying a Gentleman Jack, so thank you.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I already knew that you shouldn't do that, but
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just glad my favorite one was Adventures.
hey, bonus points. Actually, Kevin, you agree.
If you guys haven't tried this one,
I have tried that one. It's excellent.
Really?
Well,
I'll
it's
save
funny
you a
that
pour.
the 94 proof Adventure is better than their cast strength. So
At least according to you.
depending on what their batch is, their breath. Well, no, because it's never mind. It did do better.
Was the triple barrel this month's locker?
The month that just passed. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
April.
Mm-hmm.
April.
our blind for May would fall Memorial Day weekend. So we're going to go ahead and just skip May in the entirety. For June, I am planning, as long as we have enough interested individuals, of doing a 5-bottle or a 5-sample blind of Maumee Valley Whiskey Society barrel picks.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
I mean, I know we've all had
Right.
exposure to them over the time period, and it's one of our favorite activities to do. And it seems like every time we bring one out, it's the next best one we've ever done, where you're comparing it to the last one. So we can go ahead and put a few of them side by side and
Fairly
figure out which one you truly like the best.
Do we have enough Evernorth to put in that blind?
There's a whole section in the storage closet reserved for this.
I haven't tried the
sort of
rye yet.
And house, Mike.
Because I'm sure that one's going to win for sure.
Which one?
The Evernorth, that's a powerhouse.
I don't know.
I mean, you missed
What
a
about-
lot of
what
the
about-
early stuff.
Hey,
There's-
do we have any?
Not
If you're
not
putting
Trace,
early stuff
Buffalo
in there,
Trace.
Do we have any of the People's Choice left?
We've got People's Choice. We've got Sunday Brunch. We've got
Sunday
Nostalgia.
brunch.
What was that?
We've got the original New Riff, the first pick we ever did.
Bet.
Gosh, Jackie, you guys brought that when we had dinner at Will's, right? The first
Yeah.
Evernorth.
I believe so.
I want the peach one.
Oh, the peach.
Oh,
one.
the peach ring. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, that's the nostalgia pick.
water.
Yeah. If that's in there, I'm in.
It might or it might not be. That's the joy of a blind.
Yeah.
Why not we do it Memorial Day? Why don't we do it there? Because it'll be like my birthday blind.
Ooh.
I'm very sad because you're suggesting I need to miss out on it.
No, I don't want you to miss it. I need you to do whatever it has to whatever you have to do to make it.
So I can join remotely, but I can't proctor it. I always go to get the lake open over Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. We can always
So-
wait. I would rather.
Well, I mean,
wait
I've got a fiber
remotely.
connection out there, so I can join. Just my technology there is not suitably good to be able to, like, literally I'm sitting in front of 3 screens with a big camera and a microphone that's like this. And if I'm there, I won't even be I'll be on my phone. And
All right.
it's not really good for organizing from a phone.
We can
I feel
wait.
like a lot of people will be busy Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, we can wait because I know I'm busy that weekend. So I will definitely have drank my share before that on that Saturday before the blind. So we can wait.
All right.
Also,
Well,
Kevin's trying to
everyone.
show off.
Oh, look at you breaking out that Thomas and Thomas Handy.
Hold on. If you're passing out gifts there, Will or Kevin, I think my gift from Nick was a little bit better.
Eh.
Frick off.
Michaela was telling me about that. I was like, you gotta be kidding
Yeah.
me.
This is Michaela's whiskey. I can't touch it. Besides holding
Think
it.
about that.
Yeah.
Right place, right time. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. If we want to hang out and finish our pours, we're welcome to do that, but we don't need to subject everyone else to that.
Yeah, I'll hang out for a bit.